Now that we learned forward edges, let's start to work on backward edges. Fundamentals are the same. We're gonna think about 3 things. We're gonna think about weight transfer from our pushes to skating on one leg. We're gonna think about balance and staying aligned over our skating foot. And lastly, we're gonna think about weight transfer because we are going to push and then get our weight over to one side of the body. To start off, just like forward edges, we're gonna transfer our weight starting from a 2-foot glide. So let's find our balance. Push, push, glide in 2 feet backwards. We're on the front of your blade. The foot that's closer to the dot is on the outside edge, and the foot that's farther away from the dot is on the inside edge. So let's find that again. Push, push, outside and inside edge. Feel a slight lean of the lower body. We're just gonna lift 1 to 2 inches to the heel. Get some speed, posture first. Small lift, hips level, shoulders level. That's your back outside edge. Try for a 1-2 count first. You could also repeat this as an exercise. 1-2, push, 1-2. Let's start with back inside edges. They tend to be a little easier. So once we have our balance, you can look over your exit edge. 1-2. You can make the circle smaller to start off with, or if it's really busy, or you can use the red line for reference. Glide, take your time to shift, lift, 1-2. Let's try our left back inside edge first. Shift your weight to your left. Stay stacked over your left blade. Shift. Stay stacked, hold, 1-2. As these get stronger, you can try for a 4 count or a 6 count. You can try to hold for a quarter circle or a half circle. You can also come here and extend. Let's try that. So hold. So toe points to the dot. My hip to toe turns out. Find your balance on the front of the blade. The more advanced way is to push and go right into that edge. So going backwards, let's talk about the push. So going forwards, we have an open stroke where we bend and push into that forward edge. Going backwards is a little different. Let's start with a close-up. Shift your weight as soon as you can and lift. I'm staying engaged on the front of my skate. So forward edges are on the back of your blade, the back third, the heel. For back outside and inside edges, we're gonna stay on the front third of the blade. So wherever I push, I'm gonna rise up and still stay balanced over it. My body's gonna follow where my head is looking. Look out for traffic first. Let's do a couple pumps to get some speed. Push, and then you come toe to heel. Pump, full push to the heel. Just like back crossovers, we're going to look behind, and now our head is looking over our exit edge. We're gonna stand on 2 feet and lean into the circle. So I am aligned, my hip is over my left foot that is on an outside edge. We're gonna turn your toe in and think about leaning the blade so you are on your inside edge. You're really gonna sit back on the hip and the skating leg that's gliding and on the circle. Press on the front third of the blade, bend, push, and bring your heels together. So in order to get a stronger push, press that edge into the ice a little bit more. So the goal is to bend, push, and slowly transfer your weight to your gliding foot. So the quicker you can transfer your weight, bend, push, lean, you can get a stronger push and a stronger edge. So right now my center of gravity is over my feet. The closer your feet are together for this push, the easier it is to get maximal power. If your feet are out here, it's gonna be really hard to get your weight over your foot. And that's a common mistake I see with these pushes, is that we start too far apart, that there's a big delay. The edge ends up being really small because it takes a while to complete that push. So feet tight, think about a quick little C, a small little teardrop you're making, and then try to find that alignment. Think about tension, push, lift, point your toe, go find that skating line. Pump forward and back. Pump forward. You can look back. That would be our biggest challenge. Forward, leg passes right under the hips, and slight look back. So in skating, the more compact you are, the more balanced you are. So my hands are passing right through my hips. So my hands passing right by my hips. My foot is under my hip as it passes, really close to my skating foot. So the more compact you are, that will help. For back inside edges, this is a little trickier. You're gonna pump with the inside leg. So as a good exercise, I would even practice bending, pump, bend, pump. You're gonna look outside of your circle to do this. So chest out, bend, get right over that right foot, pump, get right over that new edge. So now pump, lift, tuck, pump, lift, tuck, pump, lift, tuck. Switch your arms, stretch out if you want to challenge. Try that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's going to be our count. This is the most advanced exercise. 1, 2, 3. Pass by closely, point your toe, 4, 5, 6. Let's try a straight line exercise to find our alignment. Half swizzle pump, pass by closely, and stretch. Just like forward edges, a common mistake, if we start to square our body too much and lose our lean, we're gonna do a 1 foot glide instead and lose our edge. So we don't. If we pump, and as we stand tall, we pull away from the circle, we're gonna switch our edge. So remember to trust your backward edges. This can be a little scary. As long as you stay on the front third of that blade, you will not fall backwards. As long as you keep your posture up and don't lean back, you also won't fall back. So keep trusting that lean. That way you can stay in the circle. So again, if we get too square, we start to back away, we start to drop your hip. Those are common reasons to have a 1 foot glide or not be over the correct edge.